Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Our day is beginning, there's so much to do. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, boys and girls, and I'm glad to see you back for week 2 of Imagine Your Story, our summer reading. And if you want to go and find out more, go to our website. Okay, we're going to start with doing our ABCs this morning. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And our letter today is the letter J. And J starts with a ch sound for Judy and Jeep, Joy, Jump, Jordan, and Jack, like our story today, Jack and the Beanstalk. So let's count. How far shall we count today? I heard somebody say the number 11. I like that number. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Very good. Hello, boys and girls. Our story is Kate and the Beanstalk, written by Mary Pope Osborne. Long ago, a girl named Kate lived with her mother in a humble cottage. One day, after a hard winter, Kate's mother was in despair. That means she was upset. "We are sure to die from hunger," she said, "unless we sell our only cow to get money for food." Kate was a plucky girl who loved to help. "Don't worry," she said, giving her mother a hug. "I'll take care of everything." And she set out for the market with their cow. On the way, Kate met a beggar holding a small sack. "Magic beans," the beggar said in a creaky voice. "How extraordinary," said Kate when she saw them, for the brown beans shone like dark gold. "I don't think I can live without them." "They can be yours in exchange for your cow," said the beggar. Without another thought, Kate traded her cow for the beans and rushed home to give them to her mother. But to Kate's surprise, her poor mother was horrified. "Our only hope is gone," she cried. "Now we will surely starve." And she tossed the beans out the window. Hungry and forlorn, Kate went to bed. During the night, Kate couldn't sleep. She got up and crept into the moonlit garden. She gasped, for in the darkest corner a giant beanstalk rose into the sky. It rose higher and higher and higher, still until it disappeared behind the clouds. "Does it ever end?" whispered Kate. Without waiting for morning, Kate began climbing the beanstalk. She climbed and climbed and climbed, up and up and up and up. When Kate reached the top, light was creeping into the gray sky. Through a misty haze, she saw the most astonishing sight. Above the clouds was a countryside with fine woods, a crystal stream, a rolling sheep meadow, and a mighty castle. As Kate stared in wonder, an old woman hobbled out of the woods. "Hello," said Kate. "Is that castle your home?" "No, my dear," the woman replied. "It once belonged to a noble knight and his fair wife. They had a small infant and many treasures, but one day a monstrous giant came to steal from them. He killed the good man and took over his castle. How dreadful, said Kate. Fortunately, the knight's wife and baby were visiting in the valley, said the old woman. Afraid to return home, the grieving widow stayed below to raise her child. But alas, now they are very poor and close to starving. Oh, that's so sad, said Kate. Sadder than you know, my dear, replied the old woman. She looked deeply into Kate's eyes. Perhaps you are the one to right the terrible wrongs that have occurred. Me? Said Kate. Are you afraid? I don't think so. I fear nothing when I'm doing right. How can I help? Said Kate. The knight had three precious treasures: a hen that lays golden eggs, a bag filled with gold coins, and the most wondrous harp in all the world, said the old woman. If you find these and return them to the knight's widow, then she and her child will not die from hunger. Kate took a deep breath. I shall try, she said. Kate bid farewell to the old woman and then strode across the sheep meadow. As she approached the castle, a giantess lunged into the early morning light. Help me! The huge woman roared. My husband makes a cook from the cock's crow to the owl's hoot. Whenever I hire servants, he gobbles them up. I'll be your servant, said Kate, but you must hide me from the giant. Kate helped the giantess make breakfast until the sun came up. When she heard the giant coming down the hall, she trembled with fear, his footsteps sounding like the booms of a cannon. Hide, whispered the giantess, and she pushed Kate into a closet. Peeking through the keyhole, Kate watched and listened. Fee, fi, fo, fummin. I smell the blood of an English woman. Be she alive or be she dead, I'll grind her bones to make my bread. Oh, don't be silly, said the giantess. You only smell the wagon load of bacon I fried for your breakfast. Oh, said the giant. When the giant finished eating, he said, Bring me the knight's hen. The giantess brought out a small brown hen. Lay, ordered the giant, and the little hen laid a golden egg. Ha ha ha, roared the giant. I love my lovely little stolen hen. Then he put down his head and fell asleep, snoring as loud as thunder. Ever so quietly, Kate crept out of the closet. She grabbed the hen and rushed from the castle. She ran across the sheep meadow to the beanstalk. Down and down and down she climbed and climbed and climbed until she landed kerplop in the garden. Kate sighed with relief. Oh, it's better if Mother doesn't know of the danger I've been in, she whispered to the hen. Stay here until I can return you to the knight's poor widow. Kate hid the hen behind a bush, then slipped back inside her house. Now Kate knew she must disguise herself to return to the castle. That night she dressed in a wig and a beard, crept out to the moonlit garden, and climbed the beanstalk again. Kate climbed and climbed and climbed, up and up and up. In the light before dawn, Kate crossed the sheep meadow and knocked on the castle door. When the giantess came out, she roared, Help me! I need a servant. The last one stole our hen and ran away. All happened as before. Kate helped the giantess make breakfast until the sun came up. When they heard the giant's booming footsteps and bellowing voice, the giantess hid Kate in the closet. Fee, fi, fo, fummin. I smell the blood of an English woman. Be she alive or be she dead, I'll grind her bones to make my bread. Calm down, said the giantess. You only smell the mountain of hash I made for your breakfast. Oh, said the giant. When the giant finished eating, he said, Bring me the knight's money bag. The giantess brought out a bag filled with gold coins, and the giant greedily counted them. Ha 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 ha, he roared. I love my lovely little stolen coins. Soon the giant's head began to nod. Kate watched him fall asleep. Then she crept out and grabbed the money bag. She ran out of the castle and across the sheep meadow to the beanstalk. Down and down and down she climbed and climbed and climbed until she landed kerplop in the garden. Goodness, said Kate, what a day! I must hide these coins until I can return them to the knight's poor widow. Kate hid the money bag with the hen, then slipped back inside her house. That night, Kate disguised herself once again and started up the beanstalk. She climbed and climbed, up and up and up. She ran across the sheep meadow, and just as the sun came up, she knocked on the castle door. When the giantess came out, she grabbed Kate and cried, Help me! I need a servant. The last one stole our money bag and ran away. Again, all happened as before. Kate helped the giantess make breakfast. Soon the giant's footsteps boomed down the hall, and the giantess hid Kate in the closet. Fee-fi-fo-fummin, I smell the blood of an English woman. Be she alive or be she dead, I'll grind her bones to make my bread. You old fool, said the giantess, you only smell the sea of fish soup I made for your breakfast. Oh, said the giant. When the giant finished his soup, he cried, Bring me the knight's singing harp. The giantess brought out a magnificent harp, the only one of its kind in the world. The harp sparkled with diamonds and rubies and had strings made of gold. Sing, bellowed the giant. The harp began to sing a sad, haunting song. It sang of the past, of the noble knight, his lost wife and child, of golden days and starry nights. The harp's lovely song nearly broke Kate's heart. When the giant fell asleep, she crept out from behind the door, seized this harp, and ran away with it. But the harp was so frightened, it sang high, fearful notes. Help me! Help me! Help me! Quiet, said Kate. I'm going to return you to the knight's poor widow. But the giant had already been awakened. He jumped up, and with a shout, he ran after Kate. Kate flew like the wind across the sheep meadow. She grabbed the beanstalk and started down with the harp, the giant fast on her heels. Down and down and down she climbed and climbed and climbed, and the giant climbed and climbed and climbed right after her. As soon as Kate's feet touched the ground, she shouted, Mother, bring the axe! Hurry! Kate's mother ran out with the axe, and Kate grabbed it. Stand back, Mother, Kate cried. With one mighty blow, Kate chopped the beanstalk in two. Down and down it fell, down through the sky, and down fell the giant. Whoomp! Down into the garden, breaking his neck. The ground shook like an earthquake. Kate's mother took one look and cried out in horror. That's the giant that killed your father. My father? Asked Kate. Before her mother could answer, a fairy approached in a chariot drawn by two peacocks. Greetings, brave Kate, she said. As queen of the fairies, I have long wanted to avenge the treachery done to the good knight. But first I needed to know if his daughter was worthy of her inheritance. So I disguised myself as both the beggar and the old woman and sent you on your quest to your father's castle. My father's castle? Kate looked at her mother, who nodded. I never spoke of your father after he was slain, Kate's mother said. He would be most proud of you now. Kate hugged her mother, and they wept for the sorrow and wonder of it all. Then they climbed into the chariot and rose through the clouds to the castle that once again was theirs. Up and up and up they went. Kate asked the giantess to stay on as their cook. Thank you for your kindness, said the giantess. Would you like a biscuit and jam? Indeed, said Kate and her mother, and the giantess served them a biscuit as big as a cow. The end. That since we were talking about beanstacks and beanstalks, that I would include in our packet today, you will get, not a plastic bag because I'm not allowed to put those in there, but you will get this little silver packet, and inside are some lima beans and a paper towel. And what you have to do is get the paper towel a little bit wet, wring it out, and then lay the beans in the paper towel. And cover them up. Put them in. You'll have to get a plastic bag from home. And then put them somewhere that's sort of dark,
like maybe in a cupboard or on a shelf or somewhere where the sun's not hitting directly on it. And you're going to have to be patient because this is going to take several days, maybe a week or two. And you want to check the paper towel every once in a while to make sure that it's still damp. But after a while, the beans should start to sprout. I don't know if you can see my bean has a little shoot coming out there. And then if you want, you can plant them in the dirt and see if you can get some beans to grow. Now these are lima beans, and not all the seeds are going to work. In fact, maybe none of them will. And I'm sorry if that happens. But they've been doing something to the seeds now, and so they don't always sprout. But I thought maybe you would like to try it and see if you could get some beans to grow. Now they won't make a big bean stack. Lima beans are more, they don't grow that way. So anyways, if you want to try that out. And then in the packet will be your craft. So you will get a bean, some stalk, and then the top piece has Jack hanging on top of it. So what I did was I colored mine, and then there are some dotted lines on there, and you have to fold the dotted lines. And you can either use your glue stick or tape. And you'll attach the bottom part of the bean stack to the bean. And you'll connect the top two pieces, like I said, either tape or glue. Oops, I'm going to put some tape on here because we don't have time for the glue to dry. And when you put it all together and fold it up, you can make Jack and the beanstalk grow and grow and grow. So I hope you have fun with that little bit of a craft. And I hope your beans will grow for you.
Hello, boys and girls. Today our story is Jack and the Beanstalk by Maggie Moore. Once upon a time, there was a boy called Jack. Look how tall he is in his big brown boots. Jack and his mother were very poor. All they had was a cow. So one day Jack went to the market to sell the cow. On the way, Jack met a little old man who wanted to buy the cow. "I'll give you 5 magic beans," he told Jack. When Jack got home, he gave the magic beans to his mother. Jack's mother was very angry, and she threw the beans out of the window. Do you know why she was angry? Because they needed money, not beans. During the night, the magic beans grew and grew, and by morning, a beanstalk reached high into the sky. Jack decided to climb the beanstalk. He climbed and climbed, and when he reached the top, he found a huge castle. Jack went inside. Look how little he is on that porch. Suddenly the floor began to shake, and Jack heard a very loud voice. "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." It was a giant. Jack ran into a cupboard to hide. The giant sat down and ate a huge meal of 5 sheep. Then he called for his hen. Jack watched as the hen laid a perfect golden egg. Wow. The giant was full after his meal, and he fell fast asleep. So Jack came out of the cupboard and quickly picked up the giant's hen. But the hen began to squawk and flap its wings. The giant woke up. "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman!" he shouted. Jack ran back to the beanstalk and climbed down as fast as he could. "I'll get you!" yelled the giant as he chased Jack. Jack reached the bottom, picked up his axe, and chopped down the beanstalk. The giant fell to the ground with a thud. That was the end of him. The hen laid a golden egg every day, and Jack and his mother were never poor again.
Remember that on Fridays, after I'm done with my story time, you can pick up a craft bag at the library. And if you don't get there on Friday, please check during the week because we'll have them out on Mondays and such. So I hope to see you soon. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Have fun, and I hope your beans grow for you.